Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Friday, April 17th, 2026. A man was arrested in 29 Palms for investigation into sexually assaulting a minor after allegedly chasing her while naked. On Tuesday at approximately 5:40 p.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies served a warrant at a residence in the 4500 block of Adobe Road in 29 Palms. According to sheriff's deputies, the warrant pertained to an incident from September 2025 involving Raymond Bennett, 58. Deputies say that on that date in September, Bennett walked around his neighborhood in 29 Palms while naked and chased a juvenile neighbor towards their residence. The sheriff's department says that Bennett proceeded to stand outside the residence and touch himself indecently. Deputies served the warrant and arrested Bennett at the residence on Tuesday. Raymond Bennett was arrested for investigation into indecent exposure and for assault of a minor with intent to rape. He is currently held at the West Valley Detention Center on $150,000 bail. The Yucca Valley Sunset Rotary Club's annual Dessert Soiree fundraiser brought in a record-setting amount of money dedicated to providing services to local animals. The club's 22nd annual Dessert Soiree fundraising party and auction was held on Saturday, and Rotarians said it was by far their most successful event yet. The fundraiser brought in a total of $49,883.85. They say that Rotarian John Brabowski kicked in an additional $117 to bring the total number up to an even $50,000. The 2026 Dessert Soiree's primary beneficiary is the Animal Action League, a nonprofit that provides critical spay and neuter services for dogs and cats in the Morongo Basin and Coachella Valley. In 2025 alone, the Animal Action League completed a record 5,535 spay and neuter surgeries, significantly reducing animal overpopulation and improving animal welfare across the region. Stinkfoot Orchestra returns to the Morongo Basin to play the music of Frank Zappa. At their performance in Morongo Valley tonight, they'll feature Zappa's frontman from the 1970s, Napoleon Murphy Brock. Music fans will know Brock from his 5-year run with Zappa as singer, keyboardist, saxophonist, and flautist. He toured with Zappa and worked on classic records like One Size Fits All, Apostrophe, and one of my favorite live records, The Roxy and Elsewhere. I spoke with Brock about his time with Zappa and what you can expect from tonight's show.
Well, any band has a side man, and then some bands have what they call a front man. The front man is usually the leader of the band. In this case, it would be Frank Zappa. In my case, he wanted me to interpret his music and front the band because of the nature of the music that he was composing and that we were playing. I was his only front man from 1973 until 1977. And those are the ones that are most popular. It was a period of time where he composed some of his best music. The young people are hearing it and they're going like, wow, where did this come from? And they're embracing it. And so there's a resurgence of popularity of this music because now people know that it has more intelligent, it has more fun, it has more compositional content than anything that you hear today. Stinkfoot Orchestra is an 18-piece orchestra that plays the music exclusively of the genius composer, Frank Zappa. They're playing the most difficult compositions and the most popular compositions. And those compositions that they're playing, which is, in my opinion, and the opinion of most people who know his music well, was the best music that he produced.
What can people expect? Like, what is the music that is that high level of composition sound like?
It's theater. It's theater music. It's like a Broadway play with music that has satire, it has love, it has fun, it has all the elements of good music. Because as Duke Ellington said, there's only two kinds of music. It's good or it's bad.
If you want to hear the good music of Stinkfoot Orchestra, they're playing tonight at Spaghetti Western on the Highway in Morongo Valley. The all-ages show begins at 9 p.m. Tickets are $30. Dark night skies are dwindling. With every satellite launch or unchecked development, more light pollution is creeping into our atmosphere, threatening to gray out the deep black night skies that allow stargazers to see more celestial wonders than urban areas. The Mojave Desert Land Trust is holding an interactive evening exploring our dark night skies, light pollution, the biodiversity that comes out at night, and the community science behind the Mojave's nightly dark desert diorama. It's part of the MDLT's Women in Science Discovering Our Mojave program. The team will share their findings and adventures while working at Mojave Trails National Monument over 6 months. The event is happening today from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at Mojave Desert Land Trust headquarters in Joshua Tree. It's free, but they are asking you to RSVP. You can learn more and sign up at a link in this story at Z107.7fm.com. In its 8th incarnation, the Desert Fringe Festival will be back and better than ever this weekend. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas has the details.
In its 8th year of showcasing original, non-traditional, provocative performance art, the Desert Fringe Theater and Cultural Arts Festival will take place the weekend of April 17th through 19th. The event, designed to establish a forum for promoting cultural awareness and community involvement through the progressive arts movement, will offer 3 days of performances, improv, music, and workshops presented by an array of artists from the desert and beyond. The festival, which is sponsored in part this year by a grant from the Tourism Bureau at 29 Palms, will take place in and around various locations throughout 29 Palms, including the Glass Outhouse Art Gallery, Theater 29, Farmers Market, and Acme 5 Lifestyle. The Fringe invites audiences to experience cutting-edge theater, performance art, music, dance, and more while allowing performers the opportunity to create and perform original work. The high desert, with the Joshua Tree National Park as a backdrop, and its bohemian artistic community of visual artists, musicians, and performers, is an exciting and dynamic place to experience the arts. This year's festival boasts returning performers Lauren Walpert, T. Hamidi, and Lisa Mendick Powell. Joining the Fringe community this year is musician El Indigo from Palm Springs and several performers from Los Angeles, San Diego, and Arizona and beyond, including Hera Anderson of HBO fame, spoken artist R. Zoe Black, who has performed in both London and Germany, and Bay Area poet Hyla Atame. A new feature this year will be a drive-in theater experience on both Saturday and Sunday evenings featuring episodes of Mrs. Gray. For more details and a full schedule of events and locations, visit highdesertfringe.org. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
Landers residents are fired up to put work into Homestead Valley Park. In what they are calling a resurrection of the public park, organizers are asking you to roll up your sleeves, grab some trash bags, and help make your local park sparkle. The organizers will be providing free food and drink. The Homestead Valley Park cleanup is happening tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Homestead Valley Park. Boxo Projects is hosting an artist talk with their current resident artist, David Eustace. His current project, called Work of Wind, Work of Water, explores climate, topography, and geology through printmaking, photography, painting, and installation. You can hear Eustace describe his work and his processes tomorrow at 3 p.m. Boxo Projects is located at 62732 Sullivan Road in Joshua Tree. And finally, Desert Institute, the educational branch of Joshua Tree National Park Association, is hosting Desert Voices, a day-long gathering for writers tomorrow. Happening at the High Desert Test Sites in Joshua Tree, you can expect featured speakers who will discuss their work writing about the desert and public lands. Tickets are $25, and you can purchase one at a link in this story at Z107.7fm.com. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z1077 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.